Hi, welcome to the 9th video in a multi-part series where attempting this car back of the road financially ruining myself in the process. Time to replace the clutch, flywheel, and pressure plate. I'm going to take off this old pressure plate and unexpectedly, dun dun dun, boom, clutch right to my dipstick. I quit working for the day for obvious reasons. It hurt really bad. It's the next day now. I'm going to take off some of these bolts that hold the flywheel to the engine. You're not supposed to use power tools or air tools in this scenario because of all of that toxic clutch dust that's literally flying into my face that I'm inhaling. Here's a look at more dust. Luckily, the wind wafts some of it away. I only inhale most of it. Nice! It's carcinogenic. I'm probably going to die now, but whatever. I go get hand tools because that's what you're supposed to use in this scenario. I wedge a wrench in between a couple of Allen keys stuck in some holes to keep this flywheel from spinning so it can break away most of these bolts. It works perfectly until, it doesn't. Exploding, hitting me in the face with an Allen key almost poking my eye out. Put everything back and I take off most of these bolts to make room for this pilot bushing removal tool. It works perfectly until, right up until the point it pulls the pilot bushing out and it kind of explodes, luckily not hitting me in the face or the dipstick this time. I rented it for free from AutoZone. Shout out AutoZone. You can get a lot of tools for free rented from O'Reilly's and AutoZone. Anyways, this clutch is fricked. Totally fricked. How I was driving with that clutch, I don't know. I almost died every single time. I'm going to clean off this dust shield, and I'm going to clean off this pressure plate and this new lightweight flywheel because they come drenched in oil from the manufacturer. And if I were to install them with all that oil on there, look at that oil. It's so oily. It would ruin everything. So I'm going to use some brake cleaner because I love the smell of brake cleaner to clean it off. Now it's time to install everything, starting with the dust shield. Check. Flywheel. Check. It's lightweight, meaning that there's less of a centrifugal force to spin it, leaching less power from the engine, giving me some extra horsey boys. When I'm in the canyons, wrapping out my engine, I'll have a lot more fun. Anyways, I'm going to do what you're supposed to do, which is wedge a wrench in between a pressure plate bolt and a transmission bolt so they don't explode, hitting you in the face, poking your eye out. I use some blue thread locker on those bolts, keep it from, exploding while I'm wrapping out the engine. And now it's time to clean the imaginary oil that's on this flywheel because I've already cleaned it. It looks like I'm trying to find every excuse I can to use brake cleaner because I love the smell of it. And maybe that gives me Okay, time to use this alignment tool to put the clutch where it goes and put on this pressure plate. I put everything on, basically get it up to the point where I need to torque everything down. And I have a really hard time taking out this alignment tool. I have a really hard time pulling it out. Really hard time pulling out this alignment tool. So I think I did everything wrong, so I take everything off. Come to find out that this is just basically the Nick Cannon of alignment tools. It has a really hard time pulling out. Frustrated, I put everything back on. Starting with the clutch and now the pressure plate. I'm going to put these pressure plate bolts on in a very specific pattern that's specified in the user manual, along with the specific the torque specs that I'm supposed to torque everything down to. I torque everything down after I pull out this alignment tool, the Nick Cannon of alignment tools. Anyways, thanks for watching. I appreciate everybody that's watched up until this video and will continue to watch. You guys mean the world to me.